Hi everyone, happy Monday and happy Halloween. Today we have our Johanna Basford Planner page to do. Now this isn't a particularly Halloweeny picture. I know Johanna doesn't really do Halloween, as a lot of us in the UK don't really, but there are ways that we can make it look a little more Halloweeny, which I thought we would have a play with today. Now one way I thought of would be to get a sticker of a bat, witch, cat, pumpkin, something like that, pop it in the middle there, trace one, colour one, draw one, whatever. I can't draw, I can trace, I haven't done that. I can't draw very well or confidently, and I didn't have any appropriate stickers, so I haven't done any of that. I'm just going to show you my idea for colouring this with Halloween colours. So I'm going to start with black. Now these are my Arteza Premium Pencils that come in this round tub. You can use any pencils. I'm just using the black. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the leaves to start with. I'm going to do all the leaves on this page black. And I'm just going to start. The thin leaves like this, I'm just going to colour in quite solidly. And then the that's a petal, and then the larger leaves would do slightly differently, but I just thought black is quite fun. I'm not into horror and scary stuff. I don't really think black is like a scary sort of colour to me, so it's fine. And what I'm doing with these is I'm going to do them a little darker near the stem and lighter towards the tip, just as I often would with any other sort of colour leaf. And the reason I picked this set of pencils is because there's quite a good range of oranges, and what I've decided to do is to do orange and black. So all my leaves are going to be black, and then the petals are going to be orange, all the flowers, but I thought we would keep the leaves all black, so we're just using the one pencil, as you can see here. I'm going to do that bit a little bit darker, because just to make it stand out, but keep this bit lighter, and then this dark one shows up over the top. Doing all the flowers in slightly different shades of orange, I thought would just give it a little bit more interest, but I thought that would be a lot of fun. Now there are a lot of leaves here, and I'm going to do them all in the same way, so I think I may stop in a minute and move on to petals, showing you how I'm going to do all the different flowers, and then maybe not complete the leaves on video, because I'm just doing the same technique all the way through with the leaves. So doing the black like this on the thicker bits, and then on the thinner bits, on the larger bits, fading the colour a bit towards the tip. But you can use whatever technique you like, and you could use a mixture of different types of black. Some sets have different blacks. In the Derwent Light Fast set, you get a midnight black, a Mars black, and a black. In the Black Widows you get a flat black and a black, so you know there are different types of black, and if you use blacks from different sets you might find they look slightly different. But I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to come in a bit closer to do the flowers. Perhaps I should have come in closer anyway, but we'll do that now. Here we go. So we've got two sets of flowers here. Now I'm not sure, I'm just trying to think, the flower centres. I think what we'll do is maybe we'll do all the flower centres the same with this colour. To show you once I've sharpened it. This is the turmeric yellow, so it's quite an orangey yellow. So maybe if we do all the flower centres with this, layer it up a bit so it's quite vibrant, I think. It's quite fun. Then these two are the same, so they're going to be done in the same way, so I shall show you one of them and we'll follow that through. So oops, my pen. my bed's just, my sharpener is full, bear with me. Right, that's better. When your pencil sharpener like this one, little barrel sharpener, gets full, the pencil breaks when you try and sharpen it. So I've just emptied it. This is Vermillion, which is my darkest orangey colour. And I'm just going to use the same technique as with the leaves. I'm going to keep it quite simple and just do it darker here and lighter towards the tip of the petal, like that. I'm going to work round using the same technique through, and I'll just show you for one whole flower so you can see how it looks. So I wonder how you're all celebrating or having fun tonight, if you're going out trick-or-treating. I've never been trick-or-treating. I've never been with my children. It's never something that we've wanted to do, really. My neighbour, ex-neighbour, lovely lady, she used to always make flapjacks and give them out to all the local children. And she used to know that I wouldn't go trick-or-treating. She just knew, even before I ever told her, she knew me well. And so she would save some so that me and the children could have some, even though we didn't knock on her door. And she would bring them round either that afternoon or the next morning, so that my boys wouldn't miss out on a little treat, which is very, very kind of her. But she always used to have sweets in the house to give out to the children. They would come and knock on her door all times of the year and chat to her, and she would give them sweets. I think she used to do it so that she got on with them well, so that she had no reason to be worried about them as they grew older. But I sort of know most of the kids that used to do it because they lived down our road, and they all seem nice children. So there is the first orange flower. This one will be done in exactly the same way. Okay, I'm going to sort of group them together. Now on this corner we have these really cute ones. Again, we'll do the centres with the turmeric yellow. Sorry that you probably didn't see that, I was so quick. And we use a very different shade of orange for this one so that it looks different. Where's my sharpener gone now? Here it is. So I have grabbed this is the coral. So it's a much more sort of peachy-like orange, but we'll colour in exactly the same way, going dark to light. What I might do with this picture is see if I've got a sticker with an orangey coloured theme to put in the middle, but there's the added problem with making sure I find the exact middle, which is a bit scary. So maybe I won't, or I could do a few and just put them on jaunty angles to make it look like I've purposely don't want them central. Of course I could measure it and try and get it central, but problem is if you do that and then it's just slightly out, like the tiniest bit, you notice. So I don't really need to demonstrate this other one. So I'm trying to go a little bit darker in the middle, a few more layers, less on the outside. It's a little trickier with the paler colour, it doesn't show up quite as much, but I'm still going to give it a go. This is such a pretty page of Johanna's. Yesterday I was colouring in Rooms of Wonder, which was good fun. So this is all leaves here, which do with the black. And then we have a bunch of 3 here. So I'm going to grab a pumpkin orange, seems very appropriate, doesn't it? Here we go, pumpkin orange. Now we've got these little dots and bits. I think I might do those all in the turmeric yellow actually. Do that first. Ooh, oh, it's so hard to see. So not only that centre bit, but also these teardrop shapes. I won't do those. Let me just brush that off. There we go. And then again, exactly the same. It looks trickier because of the shape, but just layer it up around the central area and here. and then fade it towards the edge of the petal. Like that, and the same all the way around. Now on this page we have a frame, which I'm trying to think about what colour to do. I had thought I could do it in a... I think I know what I'm going to do actually. I've got some nice black Stickles. I might use those. What are they called? Black diamond. A sparkly black. I was sort of not sure though, because we've got all the black leaves, so do we want more black? This is where I'm sort of in a dilemma. I think if I had sort of... I'm wondering whether to put down a bit of purple metallic gel pen and then put some black Stickles on top. I might do that. Okay, so now we've got these ones. And where are we? We're here. Oops, I'm going to go for a lighter colour again for these. What is this one called? Peach. Okay, this, we haven't got any central bits, so it's just go straight in with our orange. Fade it. Fade towards the bottom. Now, probably with this flower, it would be the opposite way really, because the light would move more likely to catch the top, and that would be more likely to be paler than the bottom. But yeah, I'm just carrying on through with the same sort of technique. And now we've got these. I'll move the book in a minute. There we go. Again, I've got my turmeric yellow. I'd quite like the idea, because we've got quite a big central area, to do it a little bit darker on the outside than the centre, but I'm not sure whether with this yellow that will really show up very much, so I'm just doing lots and lots of layers on the outside and less towards the middle. I can see that I've done that, but I don't know how well it gets picked up on camera. Okay, so let's do a few of these petals because there's so many. So again, harder here, lighter on the tip. And the same with this one, where it overlaps, you want quite a layer there, just so it stands out. Okay, sorry, this is the orange. I didn't tell you the colour, I don't think. It's slacking. Okay, so that's that one. I'm not going to do any more. It's quite simple, and that one the same. And then we have these. I'm going back to a paler colour for these. We've used all our oranges, so I'm going to the coral. The centre again, turmeric yellow. Sorry, we're going back and forth a bit. I hope you're following. I'm trying not to make it too complicated. Let's do that one. They'll all be the same in this bunch. So back to coral. And again, darker centre, light tip. Like that, all that bunch the same. Now our last bit is here. If I zoom out for a minute, I'll show you. Should be enough, not quite. So you see we've got a bunch of orange here and here. Then we've got some here and here, here and here. And here, these, in my head, are leaves. This and this. But I'm actually going to colour those as flowers, because or else we're not going to have any orange down on this corner. Okay, so what I am going to colour those. Now that's the vermilion, isn't it? So I think I'm going to use the orange, or the pumpkin orange for those here, and the same as the others, darker in the centre and lighter towards the tip. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away and I'm going to finish all of the leaves, all of the flowers, and come back and do this. I can't decide on the colour for this yet, so I'm going to need to do the rest first. So I'm going to do it, and then it will allow you to see what I've done. If anything crops up that's a bit tricky, I can talk you through it, and you can see what I've done, and we'll do this this frame part together. So I shall be back. Right, so I have done all the orange and black, and actually I'm rather pleased, I have to say. I think it looks rather good. You know, I can't sort of visualize how things are going to look, so it was rather fun to see what it was going to turn out like. Now I have got these pens which I'm going to use next. I think what I really want is a sort of orange one, and I'm not sure that those are quite orangey enough. So unfortunately I don't have any scrap paper, so what I'm going to do is open up the planner, put it on that over there. Yep, that will do, that's orangey enough. So these are the Sakura Gellyroll metallic shiny pens, but you can use any orange shiny pen if you've got one, or an orange gel pen, just to do this. Now I decided, I had said obviously I was going to do it black, but there's so much black in this picture that I thought maybe it would be a bit too much. Also the Stickles are like a glitter glue, so they don't necessarily provide a base colour for you. So I thought once I've put on this orange, I'm trying to guess where that edge is because it's not drawn in, there we go. I could potentially put some black Stickles on the top, just to give it some extra sparkle, which I may do, because this isn't particularly bright, is it? You could choose a different colour, like a red, or take the yellow, something like that. It will depend on your particular brand of pens, how well they show up. But I don't necessarily want it to look really different to what I've done. You know, obviously I've got this limited colour palette that I want to stick with. Sorry, we're very wonky, aren't we? There we go. Sometimes I forget you're there watching. Even though I'm talking, that's a bit scary, isn't it? I do talk to myself quite a lot anyway. It's not unusual. I pretend that I've missed a bit of black there, I've just noticed. I'll do that in a minute. I do pretend that I'm talking to the children if they're here, but they don't listen. Well, it depends what I'm talking about, but normally they're normally getting on with their own thing. So, not listening to me chattering away. So as I say, it doesn't massively stand out. I'm just going to grab my black, oops, and drop it again. Colour in that little bit there. And if I tip it towards the light, you can see hopefully that it's metallic, that it shines. I can't tell if you can see that. Now the Stickles that I've got that I was thinking of using are these, they're called Black Diamond. Now normally when I apply Stickles, I don't just use the little end of the applicator. I actually put it onto something else and spread it so that it's a little bit thinner, but I haven't really got the space here. I'm going to just put up my cardigan, so if I put my arm over the top of the gel pen, it won't matter. I'm just trying to put a little bit on. That's a huge bit. Whoop. Oops. You can see why I usually apply with something else. It's a bit messy. Perhaps I'm just a bit messy. You sort of got to get the amount that you want just right, and then just sort of spread it with the tip. You probably struggle to see. I think it's really just something to learn, you know. I think having a bit of black glitter on there is quite fun. So I'm just going to finish. Now the reason I also try and spread it with something else rather than the tip is that it can be a bit thinner, because sometimes it can be a bit splodgy and lumpy, and when you're colouring something on the back you don't really want that. But I'm taking a risk today because I'm not colouring anything on the back, and when I turn the page over and colour next week's thing, if it's a bit page thing. Picture, if it's a bit too splodgy, I can just put some paper underneath. Or I could tip it round because it's on a, with this, I could just turn it underneath and just lean the page on straight onto my table or onto a different book. So there is a way around it, which if you're using a regular book, there isn't. I do sometimes wonder, I see people putting all sorts of pretty things into their pages and I wonder how they cope with them then colouring on the back, but maybe they don't colour on the back. I know some people take their pages out of their books anyway. And some people spiral bind all their books too, but personally I find the spiral on the spine hurts my hand. But it's a very personal thing. There we go, I finished now. I'm going to try and tip it to the light so you can see the sparkle. Might be a little tricky for me to tell if you can see. I'm going to try and look for the light shining on the pencil. I don't know. But anyway, let's pop that straight for you. So there is our Halloween floral page. I think that was good fun. I liked it anyway. So I hope that was okay. I hope you have a lovely day and happy Halloween and happy colouring.